Difficulty in achieving a loud master often stems from peak signals in a dynamic mixdown, which can be clearly observed in a limiter as it attenuates these peaks. Dynamics, or dynamic range, refers to the difference between the quietest and loudest parts of the signal. Consequently, a mixdown with greater dynamic range contains larger peaks. These peaks accumulate across groups, causing distortion during the limiting process. So when a limiter receives a flatter, less dynamic signal as input, distortion is significantly reduced. Besides compression, one of the most important tools we have for dynamics processing and peak handling is the clipper. Clipping involves setting a threshold for the signal's volume. If the signal surpasses this threshold, it gets cut off. If we only clip the peaks of the signal, we achieve an equally loud but less dynamic sound. The same loudness is achieved through the distortion created by the clipper, which is why we experience a slight coloration of the sound. Now, to achieve our desired loudness, we will route individual channels into specific groups and apply clipping to each of them. The advantage of group clipping lies in gaining more control over the dynamics and consequently, the peaks of a group, while clipping less aggressively than a single master clipper. With this method, your limiter or master clipper will now receive a flatter signal, allowing you to increase your volume without distortion. Additionally, your mixdown sound will vary based on your routing and clipping setup, as each group has its unique cohesion and dynamic range, determined by your choice of elements and their initial combination. Regarding the group routing, I would recommend sticking to the common grouping of channels such as lead, drums, effects, and others, but feel free to experiment here. Just make sure to give naturally dynamic elements such as vocals enough dynamics in your mix. Lastly, keep in mind that a clipper on a group will sound different from a limiter, as its distortion affects the group's sound. So if you want the most transparent result, use a transparent limiter. I hope I was able to help you. Distortion, which we use in clipping, is a great technique to create interesting sounds. If you want to learn more, check out my video on distortion.